Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy. Here to bring you your October. This is the Men of Water series for October 2021. So this is going to be a reading for my masculine energy for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Of course, you don't have to be a physical man to have masculine energy. I mean, I'm a woman. I was born a woman, but I have more masculine energy in my chart than feminine. So, there could be some things I could resonate with. So, there are other women out there, of course, who have more masculine energy than feminine within them. But I wanted to do this strictly for the masculine energy and the men, the physical men, because they're really underrepresented in the tarot community. So, with that being said, take what resonates, leave the rest. This is for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energies for the month of October. So, with that being said, we got a lot of planetary changes going on this month. We got three planets coming out of retrograde in October. We're already in like the pre-shadow energies of two of those. So Pluto's coming out of retrograde, Saturn's coming out of retrograde, and Jupiter is coming out of retrograde this month. So I did an analysis for you guys. So for those of you who follow the planetary alignments, understand the importance of how important it is to understand these planetary alignments and how they affect us, and you're someone who follows your chart, you want to check that out, okay? So I will have that, I believe it'll be attached at the end of this video, so you can check that out. So I'm just pulling up the planets today. It's called theplanetstoday.com. It's a website that I use to see where the planets are, how long they're going to be in a specific sign, if they're in retrograde or not. So that's something that you can use as well. I realize I need to start, giving you guys some resources and tools based on, where you can do your own research, because that, that's a great way for you to learn. So with that being said, let's get into it for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces men. The first column here represents what's going on in your personal life, okay? Your personal growth, your spiritual transformation, things like that. The middle row or the middle column represents what's going on in your career, money, and finance. And this last column here represents your social life, your love life, your family life. Now, the top row of each represents the current situation. The middle row of each represents the challenges you have in that situation. And then the bottom row of each represents a possible solution that you could implement to get over the challenge you're experiencing in each of these areas. All right. And then after we go over those, we'll pull some money cards to see, what you're spending money on this month. We'll pull some divine timing cards to see if there's some time frames that coincide with what we're talking about here in any of these areas. And then we'll pull some oracle at the end for advice. So there may be tarot used, but it will only be used to clarify what's already out here. But none of these cards are tarot cards, and I'll show you them each as we go. So let's talk about your current situation as far as your spiritual, your personal self for water sign men, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, all right, and the masculine energy. So we have the beach, and then we have expectation, okay? These are the cards that we have for the current situation. Let's take a look at what the challenge is. So the challenge is there could be some envy here, and then we have the frivolity card that came out in reverse. The possible solution to this situation is implementing fifth house energy. And then we have the 9 of Cups that came out in reverse. This is equivalent of the 9 of Cups in reverse. So let's take a look and see what's going on with your personal. So I feel like for some of you, there could be a situation where you may have wanted to travel. Some of you may have wanted to travel and you weren't able to do so. It could have been because of COVID. It could be because of financial situations. It could be because of anything. It could have prohibited you from traveling. Some of you had probably expected to travel and or relocate by now. I feel like for some of you, if it was vacation, it would be closer to war. It would be, a tropical island. Wherever you are in the world, doesn't matter. For others of you, it's just could be, maybe you expected things to be more relaxed than what they are right now, or maybe you expected to be relaxed by now, or relaxing somewhere by now. But I feel like that's not what's going on. So I feel like with this number 2 plus 8 here, I feel like there's a cycle here. But I feel like 2 plus 8, it represents the number 10, and the major arcana of 10 represents Jupiter. So I feel like you'll be able to relax or go on vacation, or, be in a state where things will be more calmer and more collective once Jupiter comes out of retrograde. Jupiter's in the house of Aquarius in retrograde, and it goes direct October 17th. So I'm thinking that maybe things will cool down or calm down, or you'll be able to travel or consider moving or going somewhere where you just need some sand and some beach and some water, probably after that time frame. So for Scorpio, this could be something going on for your birthday, okay? So maybe some of you may have some plans for your birthday. You're wanting to do that. You're expecting to be able to travel for your birthday. So you may be able to do that once, things might start looking better once Jupiter goes direct in the middle of October. The challenge in your situation is that there's some enviousness. There's some envy here. Jealous, suspicious, or possessive energy is what it says at the bottom of this the card here. And then we have the frivolity card. It came out in reverse. Now the frivolity card, it represents an energy of being able to relax, stop and smell the roses. If you think about because it's a butterfly here. If you stop and think about how butterflies do, if you've ever watched a butterfly, they just fly around. They don't fly in a direct line like, birds will fly in a direct line. Butterflies, they like fly around in, circles, and then they'll stop and smell a flower, and they'll chill there for a minute till they have their fill. Then they'll start flying around in circles again, and maybe they'll go back to that flower, or maybe they'll go somewhere else to another. But it's very frivolous. Okay, meaning that there's no care in it, there's no direct goal. It's just about having fun. And so maybe you're feeling envious of others who are able to travel, able to, have fun. Because, this fun here, it could be going on a trip, but it could also be, being intimate. Maybe some of you want to be in a connection with someone and you're not. And you could very well be envious of that because you're not able to have that energy or that release that you want to have, okay, with a partner, okay? Some of you may think that, somebody you're with or somebody that you want to be with is with someone else. And you're not having that fun with the frivolity card in reverse. So it could represent that. Maybe some of you wanted to take someone on a trip or go on a trip with someone in particular, and maybe this person or is not available, or they don't want to go with you. Maybe you want to take a trip and want to be with this one person, and that would make your day, or that would make your trip. But you may feel like this person is with someone else, and so that could be putting you in an energy of being envious. Or you could just be envious that other people are going places and you're not right now. You can't travel right now for whatever reason. But the universe is telling you to implement the fifth house energy to resolve this situation. Now, with the fifth house energy, this talks about performance, entertainment, creativity, costume, play, love affairs, passion, pleasure, parties, children, humor, romance, disco ball. So this is basically telling you need to have some fun. You need to loosen up and have some fun. With the 9 of Cup energy in reverse here, this could be some sexual fun. Okay, this could be hedonism. Okay, so some of you, maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe you need a sexual release, and some of you could be thinking about hedonism. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the hedonism resort in Jamaica. I went and stayed in a resort that was right next to it. Okay, people were out on the beach, they weren't dressed. They were in a resort where you could walk around with no clothes on if you wanted to. Most people did. Right next door. So we were able to just look right over and see what was going on. It was very interesting. But I do feel this is more so of somebody wanting to relax, release sexual tension, sexual frustration. If it's not that, it's go on a vacation. It's something that you do for fun, because the fifth house has to do with the things you like to do for fun, the things you like to do for leisure. So that's vacation. The fifth house also deals with love affairs. So, that's, being able to have some fun, connect with somebody special and release that beast. Okay. The fifth house also deals with speculative markets like, gambling, casinos, lotto, investment into the stock market and things like that. So maybe for some of you, you're not able to do this because you don't have the money. Okay. But this 9 of Cup energy in reverse, it talks about, wanting wish fulfillment and not having it, and or being able to release in a sexual manner. Because keep in mind, the fifth house also deals with, not only does it deal with your love affairs, It deals with your sexual fetishes as well. Okay, so some of you just need, I feel, an energy of you want to have fun, you want to release, you need to release some stress. All right, let's get some clarity. So clarify this expectation, because some of you are expecting to go on vacation. And like I said, with that 2 plus 8 equals 10, I feel like it will be anytime after Jupiter goes out of Jupiter goes direct, which is around October 17th is when it goes direct. So some of you may be able to do this, you just have to wait. So some of you are just overdue to release and have some fun and let go. And you will be able to do so soon enough. All right? Clarify this expectation. That's what I feel for some of you. Expectation is clarified, yeah, with the Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, some of y'all want to have some fun. You're not having any fun. Some of you you need to release sexually as well, and you're not doing that. Some of you want to combine the two, but there's a hold here, because the Ace of Wands could represent rejection as well. So things are delayed. Okay, the Ace of Wands could represent sexual energy. So yeah, some of you need to release. The Ace of Wands could also represent not having any fun, being bored, and maybe getting into situations and scenarios because you haven't released tension and stress that you want to release. So yeah, that makes sense with the Ace of Wands coming out in reverse here. The challenge is there could be envy here, jealousy, suspiciousness, possessiveness. So some of you, maybe you feel like your partner is dealing with someone else, or you could just be jealous that other people around you are having fun. They're in connections with people where they're able to have fun and you're not. Yeah, we have that clarified with the 3 of Wands. With the 2 of Wands. Yeah, some of you, it's all about travel too. It's all about, okay, what do I want to do next? How do I get past this situation? I'm tired of watching other people. What direction can I take so that I can do the things that I want to do, the things that are exciting to me, the things that are fun for me? What is it that I need to do? And so some of you, you're looking at that. So again, the outcome here, I don't know why I used that card, but we'll leave it. I didn't mean to use the same deck I wanted to use a different deck. But anyway, the card, what matters is the card that came out. Don't matter what deck it came out from. So the outcome here is the fifth house. Having fun. Some of you may want to take a family vacation with your children. It may not even be about sexual release. It could just be your family in general has pent up, because of what's been going on with COVID. People have not really been able to travel. Some people are starting to do that now, but because of finances, some people have been delayed. Okay? And I feel like because Jupiter deals with fortune, it deals with good luck. It deals with optimism, positivity, happiness. All right? And so I feel like for a lot of you, you'll be able to make moves after the middle of October. Clarify this 5th house energy and the 9 of Cups energy in reverse. Yeah, some of you got to be careful that you don't, start indulging because you're not able to release in the way that you want to release. Some of you are antsy and anxious and you just need to release in some way, shape, or form. So be careful about the drugs. With the 9 of Cups energy in reverse here, be careful of that. Yeah, we got the 7 of Cups energy here. Yeah, you definitely got to be careful not to overindulge. Okay, because remember, overindulgences have to do with the 5th house too, in a certain respect. Okay, the overindulging in the things that bring you comfort and bring you leisure, the things that are fun for you. Some of you, you smoke, drink, you have recreational drug use, and you do that when you have fun. So you may be somebody who works hard, you grind, blah, 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 but then when you go on vacation, you might be the type of person when you get up, you want to drink. Or when you get up, you want to smoke. Or when you get up, you want to pop a pill. Or when you get up, you want to sniff whatever. Or you want to shoot up whatever. Some people are recreational drug users. Okay? They do it when they are having fun, when they want to have some downtime. And that helps them to unwind. I'm not knocking nobody. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? As long as you respect yourself and others, do what you do. I can't tell you because, people, oh, well, drugs are bad for you. Not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that may sound stupid. But that's because you don't understand astrology. What you eat doesn't make me shit. Okay? That's something that people need to understand. There are some people who can do, let's say, for example, let's just use cocaine. There are some people who could do cocaine all their lives and never get addicted, never get to the point where they lose their home, never get to the point where they, overindulge and are not able to pay their bills and they're not able to supply their habit and they don't get out here acting all crazy. But some people, one hit from it and they turned out for life. Can't keep a job because as soon as they get money, they got to get high. You know what I'm saying? So you got different types of people out here. Everything ain't for everybody. So it's not for me to tell you don't smoke weed. It's bad for you. Some people smoke weed all their life and function properly. Some people, they get one hit and they in the hospital. It just depends on you and what, but you have to be careful. What the point of this is not to overindulge, because you need a vacation. Some of you take vacations yearly and you haven't been able to do that, and you got family, you got all kinds of things going on within you, and then you got family and friends and lovers around you, and they're adding to the, the energy. And some of you just feel like you gotta escape, you gotta release in some way, shape, or form. So some of you may indulge in things that in places and situations that you normally wouldn't indulge in, because you would normally have an outlet to release. So just be mindful of that. Okay, let's move on to career, money, and finance. So we have the cow energy here, and then we have a gift. The challenge in the situation is confident energy. And it says self-assured, courageous, and bold. That's the challenge. We have that clarified with the servant energy that came out in reverse. The energies that you would need to embody to resolve the challenge here is to realize the complexity of the situation. Okay, with the quincunx. Realize the complexity of the situation, and then we have the 7 of swords in reverse. So what I'm getting here with this situation, as far as career, money, and finance, is that for some of you, like the cow energy, the cow is very laid back. Okay, cows don't do shit, but just sit around and, eat. They graze. They sit around and they graze. They don't even sleep laying down. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the term cow tipping, where, at night the cows sleep standing up, right? And so what people would do is they would, kids out in the country who didn't have shit to do, they bored as hell, or they live out on farms, they would just do cow tipping. So what they would do is, because cows sleep standing up, what they would do is at night they might go to a neighboring farm or a farm in the area, and they'll fuck around with the cows. What they'll do is they'll push the cows over. You know what I mean? And that's what they call cow tipping. I know. But at any rate, just cows don't do much. Okay, so somebody could be taking a real laid back, relaxed approach in reference to the career, but with the gift energy, expecting something to come to them. This could also be that you have a gift, which is why you may be real laid back in your career endeavors. Some of you may have a natural gift. All right. The number 17 major arcana is the star energy. Okay, yeah, so some of you may be comfortable in your environment because you are the star in your environment, or you have a gift, you have a natural knack for what you're doing. The challenge in that is that you may become overconfident. Okay, the challenge is maybe you overconfident, or for some of you, you have a gift, you have a natural talent, you don't have to do much to get what you need to get, but you just don't have the confidence to move forward. Right? With the servant energy coming out in reverse here, for some of you, I feel like what this is about is you don't, the challenge is you have the confidence, and you either are not putting in the work that you need to do, because you could have a gift, but you need to work on it to hone it in. All right. So you're either not putting in the work, or, and so you're confident about it. Like, yeah, I got this. I could do this. I ain't got to put no work in. But that's going to fail you if you're not honing in on the gift. You know what I'm saying? You may have it and be able to use it, but I feel like there's layers to it. You know what I mean? And you practicing and using it and honing in on it and harnessing it is what's going to show you those layers. So for some of you, you have the gift, you know it, and you're confident about it, so you're just going to leave it at that, and you won't tap in deeper. For others of you, you have a gift, but you're afraid to use it. You're not confident in it, and that's because you're not honing in on your gift. So either way, no matter the situation, you got to put in a little work. You got to harness it. Okay? So look at it as a little flame, right? Like a little flame here. Right? In order for you to get that flame to be bigger, you have to harness the gift. You have to go into the lab. You have to experiment with it. You have to practice with it. Some of you are not doing that because you're confident with what you have. You know that what you have is bomb and it's dope, right? But there's levels to it. There's so much more you can do with it. For others of you, you have the gift. You know it's there. People are telling you about it, but you're not confident about it. Meaning that you could be giving your gift away for free. Okay? Where you have something where you could make money from this, but you're giving it away. So don't give your gift away. For example, if you are somebody who is in the occult, okay, because you're empathic individuals here that I'm talking to with the water sign energy. So, for example, say you are a tarot card reader, right? Say you start off doing tarot card readings, and then as you go through your transcension and your ascension while you're helping others. Doing your tarot card readings, you're going through your ascension as well, and you're discovering gifts, spiritual gifts that you have. But you discover these gifts, but you're not working on them for whatever reason. Okay? Or you have these gifts and you looked at your chart and you see the potential you have and you're like, yeah, I'm dope, I'm fly. And that's no doubt, you are. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to practice and harness your gift. You know what I'm saying? So the way to resolve this is, the complexity of the situation. Looking at the complexity of it. So irritates, puzzles, mystifies, complicates, contradicts, clashes, misses the mark, requires translation, adjusts, makes curious, educates, transforms. And also for some of you, what I'm getting is these gifts that you have, of course you can make money from them, but some of you have untapped potential. You don't even know the gifts you have. Number one, because you're not looking at your natal chart. You're not studying your natal chart. Because your natal chart is going to tell you so much more of the gifts that you have than, just what you feel you have. And a lot of times what your gifts are people will say to you, oh, damn, you did that? And you'll be like, yeah, that's nothing. You'll be like, can you make me one? You're like, yeah, I got you, no problem, it's nothing. That right there is a gift. So if anybody has ever said that to you about something and you just brush it off as if it's nothing, that's a gift. You could have done somebody's hair. You could, maybe you edge up your partner, and your sons and things like that. And your wife is like, damn, you good at that. And you're like, yeah, it's nothing. I don't mind. I know my way around the clippers a little something, something. And your wife keeps telling you, baby, why you don't open up a shop? You know what I'm saying? Open up a shop, or set up an area in the house where you can have people come over and you cut their hair. And then once you make enough money, you open up a shop. And he may say, or you may say, I ain't really feel like being bothered with that, or I never really thought about that, or you just brush it off and don't pay her no mind because you got your focus someplace else. But this is an untapped gift that you have. So, you could be irritated by her coming at you. You hear them fire signs? You could be irritated with her about her constantly bugging you about it. You may think it's too complicated to start a business. Maybe you don't have the confidence to do it, or you don't have the drive or the push to do it. Maybe you're being real lazy about it. Okay? So it could be any of these things, but just an example. But and then we got the 7 of Swords in reverse. So this is, I feel like it's a hidden talent being revealed with the 7 of Swords in reverse. A hidden talent being revealed. And it's like, it's about you doing it. But whatever it is, you can make money. All right, you could definitely make money. So if you are not sure what your talents are, you can reach out to me. My information is in the box below. I can look at your natal chart. We can go over it and see what's going on with you, so you will be able to know what your God-given gifts are. All right, and what you can make money from, because that's all in your chart. All right, I do this full time. This is how I make my money. All right, doing this. And I found some other untapped, talents that I have, some other star qualities that I have, and I'm working on those as well. But this is how I make my money, and it's all in my chart. This is why I was able to leave my job and do what I'm doing, and doing this full time. I'm able to, do this as a business. I'm able to pay my health insurance. I'm able to do everything that I need to do, doing this work here. And I would have never known that. I would have been stuck in a rut in a 9 to 5 had I not been introduced to tarot, which introduced me to astrology, and I start studying my chart. Just an example. Some of you have the same thing. Like I said, you're empathic. You have water in your chart, but you have a host of other talents that are untapped that you need to tap into, that you can make money from, and you do it naturally, and it won't seem like it's work for you. That's another reason why the cow is here. It won't seem like it's work. And it's a gift for you. It's your natural born gift. And with the number 17, that represents the star energy. That's your star quality. That's your star quality. All right? Moving on to your family life, your love life, and your social life. So we have the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, that clarify with grief and sorrow. The challenge in that situation is being irritated for some reason. Okay, being irritated. It says being annoyed, aggravated, and bothered. And then we have that clarified with the Malady card in reverse. Okay, the way to resolve this issue is to embody energies of the fourth house, clarified with the Two of Pentacles. So let's see what's going on here with your career, your family life, your social life, and your love life. So for some of you, I feel the energy of being trapped. I feel the energy because the Statue of Liberty just reminds me of freedom, wanting to get away, wanting to escape, not being able to move the way you want to move. And I feel like with the water here that represents your emotions, so it's like you're bottling up your emotions because you're not free. And some of you are becoming depressed about that with the grief and sorrow energy. Okay. And then we have 3 plus 2, which is the number 5. The number 5 major arcana is the Hierophant. So I feel like for some of you, spirit being free. Or, with the Hierophant, it could be family issues. Some of you may have family issues and you may feel trapped because of your family scenario, your family situation. Some of you, your family might be the bane of your existence. That's what I'm feeling for some of you. The challenge here is that they irritate the fuck out of you. Okay? They irritate the hell out of you. And with the Malady card, you're trying to get over it because it came out in reverse. See, when the Malady card is upright, this is somebody who's not well because of a situation. It could be physically, but it could just be emotionally, spiritually as well. Okay? And I feel like you're irritated by them and you're trying to get over this. You're trying to get past the irritation of the family dynamics you got going on. The universe is telling you to implement the fourth house energy. The fourth house energy does deal with your family, your bloodline, your generation, your roots. It also deals with what's going on within you, okay, your spiritual self, your private life. So we have here home, family, background, comfort, cooking, inner world, real estate, shelter, self-care, rejuvenation, habits, a shell. Now, I feel like for some of you, you may want to move. You may want to relocate. Okay, and maybe you're considering that. And so with the 2 of Pentacles here, you're trying to feel like you're trying to weigh what priorities are what's most important, what's not. What should I put energy and effort into, or time or money into, and what I shouldn't. I feel like this could be about family matters. Okay, so it's like for some of you, your family got a lot of shit going on, right? And it's like, okay, you know what? If that ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm going to step out of it. Because I'm not trying to be irritated, is what I'm getting. I feel that energy. I'm not trying to be irritated, is the energy I'm feeling, by somebody else's bullshit. Okay? So do I want to put energy into it or do I not? So, for example, you could have 2 family members going at it, arguing because of some BS. And one of them may come to you and tell you this is what's going on. And then the other one may come to you and say something to you about it too. Or it could be 2 family members going at it, and then a third family member who's in the middle of it comes to you to tell you what's going on. You hear them fire signs out there, fire siren? Yeah. So they trying to implement you into it or pull you into it in some way, shape, or form. Maybe the argument was about you. Maybe it wasn't. But there's a lot of irritation here, okay? And you're like, you know what? I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I want out. I don't want to be bothered. So I'm going to determine if I want to even be into it. So that third family member who knows what's going on with the other 2, they call you and tell you what's going on. And you're sitting here with the 2 of Pentacle energy, with the 4th house energy, debating on if you're going to call and get involved with it or you're going to let it be. You're going to, some of you are going to be like, you know what? That's between Ma and Johnny. Let Ma and Johnny handle that. I'm not getting in the middle of that. Or some of y'all will be like, yo, that's between mommy and daddy. That's their business. They grown. Let them settle their own. I'm not getting in the middle of that. So some of you may be feeling that way, or some of you may need to realize that you've been always putting yourself into the family situations where you need to step back this time. Because maybe they're pulling you in. It could be a family member who's doing that to you intentionally. They pull you in because they know how passionate you are, or they know that you may favor one family member over the other. So you got people who trying to pull you into some bullshit. So some of you are like, nah, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. Let's take a look and see. Because I didn't get clarity on... Let's get clarity on the family situation first. Because I didn't do that. And then we'll go back and get clarity on the money, on your gifts. So clarify this grief and sorrow for the family situation. Yeah, we have the 6 of Cups energy in reversal. For some of you, it's your siblings. with the Six of Cups in reverse, or it has something to do with the kids. But it could also be about, the Six of Cups in reverse talks about having unrealistic expectations. It's like, with the Statue of Liberty card and the grief and sorrow, you just want to be free of this situation. And like I said, for some of you, it could be sibling rivalry, or it could be something with the kids going on, or it's just in general having unrealistic expectations about trying to resolve, conflict within the family. And as a result, it irritates you. and you're tired of being sick and tired. Excuse me, is what I'm getting here. You're tired of being sick and tired. So the challenge with that, tired of being sick and tired, let's get a little clarity on that. Yeah, with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, you're tired of being sick and tired of people plotting against each other, scheming against each other. You got 3 or 4 family members over here talking shit about this one. You got 2 or 3 other ones over here talking about that one, and you're tired of them not working together with the Three of Pentacle energy in reverse. It's like you're tired of it. You're tired of the fighting. You're done with it. You don't want nothing else to do with it. So, you're trying to figure out what you should do about the situation. What time and energy and effort you should put in, or what you shouldn't. Yeah, see, we have the King of Clubs here. So it's like, again, for some of you, you're trying to figure out a creative way to resolve the issues in the family, because you're tired of the fighting, the riff-raff, and all the back and forth. So maybe some of you, like Scorpios, you have Aquarius in your 4th house. So you could very well be the one who tries to, heal the family wounds, heal the generational curses. So some of you may be embarking on that and trying to resolve that. Some of you, at the same time, on the flip side, you may feel like, I can't resolve the family issues. I've tried. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to step back and step away from him and clear myself from the situation. Because other than that, I'm going to drown. I'm going to be frustrated and aggravation. This is something that maybe you can't resolve. And that could be represented here with the Six of Cups in reverse. Unrealistic expectations. This could have been something where it may have had to been resolved when they were kids. And it went on, and now you're adults, and it's like people ain't going to change their ways now. So let's go back to your gift. Career, money, and finance. Get a little more about that. So yeah, we have the 8 of Swords energy here. Some of you know you got a talent. You know you got gifts. You know what's up with this. It's like, how can I use this to make money with the 8 of Swords energy? So you're in your head about it. You know you have gifts. So let's take a look at this servant energy in reverse. Because like I said, for some of you, you're not confident about it. I feel like that 8 of Swords also represents the fact that, like I said, for some of you, you're doing things and people are saying, you're so gifted with that. And you're just looking at it like, yeah, it's nothing. Or, yeah, it's not a big deal. I remember I went to a paint class with a friend. And we had, it was a paint and sit. And we went and we were chilling. Now, his picture was dope. But the teacher kept coming over to me, telling me, oh, your picture is great. At first, I thought they was just bullshitting me, trying to beat me in the head with the bullshit, because that's what the teacher's supposed to do. But they kept coming over to me. And then the teacher called other people over to come look at my painting. And I still was just like, ew, I don't see why y'all see anything nice about this painting. So I took the painting home and threw it away. At that time, I was renting. My landlord lived upstairs from me. I took the painting home. I took it out of my trunk, and I put it in the trash bin next to my house. And so my landlord saw the picture, took it out of the trash bin, and put it in the backyard. So one day I'm outside in the backyard with the same friend that I did the sip and paint with. Yeah, and so I was like, the landlord saw the picture that we had did at the paint and sip. I threw it in the trash bin right next to the house. The landlord took it and put it in the backyard. And he was like, oh, maybe he wanted the picture. And I'm like, okay, I guess so. That's weird. So later when I saw my landlord, I'm like, you saw that picture. He was like, yeah, that picture was really great. I figured that might have been something that was yours, that you were throwing out. And I said, I actually painted that. He was like, wow, you're great at that, or whatever. And I'm just still looking at him like, that picture was trash. But he's like, I got it upstairs. I took it and put it upstairs in the house. And I'm like, oh, okay. And still to this day, I just was like looking at that picture like, ugh. Like I said, my friend's picture, his was nice. I thought his was nice. But, they wasn't making no big deal out of his. They was coming over to me. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know. So what I did was I bought some paint and some canvas. I bought some paint. And I had this little studio area in my house set up where I was like, okay, whenever I feel like I want to do it, I'm going to paint. And I really didn't do anything. So I've moved since then, and I'm just thinking maybe I should just go buy some more paint and some more canvas, go to Michael's and, spend about $50 on, some supplies, some basic supplies. And then whenever I feel a creative urge, I'm going to do it and see what happens. So what happened was I pulled out the Queen of Swords while I was talking to you about that. So the Queen of Swords is all about, thinking about this in a logical point, from a logical standpoint, trying to, understand, hey, okay, well, let me take my feelings out of it, and let me look at this from a logical standpoint. Maybe I do need to put in some work. Maybe I need to consider what options I have, and, really take this seriously. Okay. So with the complexity here in the Seven of Swords in reverse here, we have the Ten of Wands. So I feel like for some of you, you may feel like, it'll be a burden and maybe too much stress. Some of you may feel like, okay, it might be hard work. Okay. But, nothing, how can I say this? I feel like it's more so of you being burdened with the fact that, you're being pushed to do it. Because the Seven of Swords in reverse reveals something. All right. So what's being revealed is that, this could have been something that you were thinking about, and maybe you just need to go ahead and put the work in. Maybe you didn't put the work in, and you should. I like that energy. Let's see what we got with divine timing, and then let's take a look at what you're going to be spending money on. Let me get this deck over here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to reach it, and it's taking me longer than I thought it would to get it. All right. So let's look at divine timing first. All right. So let's see what comes out. That's one too many. So this first one we're going to take. So we got March. So March could have been a significant time for some of you in any of these scenarios or situations. Maybe in March you thought about taking a vacation, or you really, wanted to get out of the country in March, but it's been prolonged, and maybe you can't do it now. Maybe as far as this gift is concerned, maybe, since March maybe you were thinking about it, and you're just thinking about, oh, it's going to be a lot of work to set up the business, woo, woo, and maybe you just thought it was an uphill battle. It could be with your family situation. Things have been going on since March, or maybe in March you decided, you know what, I'm not going to get involved, or, maybe in March you realized whatever it was you realized about the family situation or scenario. Could have been March of last year, but it could also be March of this year coming, March of 2022. Then we have December. So same thing could apply for all of these situations for December. Okay? So maybe things will be resolved this December. Maybe some of you will go on vacation this December. Maybe you'll consider being serious about that business, or tapping into your other creative energies in December. Maybe you'll look at your chart, or have someone look at your chart for you if you're not able to decipher it, and see what your, what you could do that you are naturally gifted at, that you can make money at. Okay? And again, I offer that service. So hit me up in the inbox. 8thhouseenergy@gmail.com if you're interested in finding out more about that. But for some of you, maybe this December, is something significant in reference to the family dynamics here. Maybe the holiday season. Maybe people will try to get together and try to work things out. Maybe you'll just decide to separate this December and you won't do anything with them. We got something about next fall. This could be this coming fall, because we're still in fall, but for some of you, next fall could be significant. Okay? So that's what we got for divine timing. And let's take a look and see what's going on with money. So what money are you going to be spending this month? And if so, what you spending it on? And if you got money coming in, where is it coming from? All right, let's see. What's up with the money? All right, that's two that fell out. Date night. Ooh, somebody getting it in. All right, so this is what you're doing here, over here in this section here. Some of you, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, date night. Get them dollars right so you can get to have a nice time too. Apply for the position. Now, for some of you, this could have been about applying for a position. It may not even be an entrepreneurial type of thing. It could be that you're gifted and talented in an area, but you don't have the confidence to apply for the position. So the Queen of Swords could have represent you filling out that application, or applying for the promotion, or applying for the position. Some of you are realizing that it's going to be a lot more work, but it could be more beneficial for you. That could be where the Ten of Wands comes in. It's like, okay, it's going to be a lot more work. The complexity of it could be, the fact that, do I want to do this job? Do I want to take this position? Do I want to start that business? And then when you go to the interview, what's the Seven of Swords energy in reverse is what's being revealed to you is the Ten of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Ten of Wands. It's being revealed to you the work that's involved. So now you're debating on, do I want to take this job? Do I want to? But you definitely have the gift to do it. You definitely are qualified to do it for sure. All right. So that's another way of looking at the career, money, and finance situation. Some of you may be going back to school as a result of you harnessing in on your gifts, learning your gifts, whatever talents that you have as well. You know, some things you're naturally born with which are gifts. Those show up in your chart, and then things that you're talented at is something that you may have to put a little work into, but you'll do well. All right. So a gift could be like you're very intuitive. Okay. But a talent could be that, you know, maybe you got Aquarius in certain placements, or you got Uranus and Mercury in certain placements, and you're good with numbers, or you're good with computers. But you may have to be trained in that area so that you can harness that gift and harness that skill and take advantage of it. All right. So some of you could be going back to school to do those things. That's beautiful energy. So you might be spending money on tuition, taking a class or a course. Okay. Some of you, if you're looking at natal charts, you may decide to take a class on understanding your natal chart. Some of you may decide to pay for a natal reading. All right. So that could be like a tuition, because the end result is you're paying in the end to get knowledge out of the situation. So that's how I look at tuition. It could be a broad term. It don't have to be a traditional brick and mortar school that you're going to. You're paying for a return on an investment in yourself. All right. So let's see what we got going on for love. Ooh. Okay. Some of you are looking for marriage, or you're looking to rekindle your marriage, or put a spark back into your marriage. Okay? Some of you may want to marry someone, but marriage is key here for some of you. What else we got here for love? For the water sign men. Some of you strictly sexual. Okay? So from one extreme to the other. You know, the fifth house deals with the strictly sexual part. Because the fifth house deals with love affairs, short-term love affairs. The opposite polarity of that is Aquarius, where it's long-term planning, long-term growth, where you've been friends with this person, you develop a friendship or establish a connection with this person, and you build on that. So, you know, we're dealing with the fifth house. So some of you just want to have some fun. You just want to release. I also am getting here, some of you are not satisfied with your partner, so you're stepping out on your partners. That's for some of you. Or some of you, you know, you may be looking at other people's relationships or other people's marriages, and you're jealous because maybe all you have is strictly sexual. Maybe you want marriage. Or it could be the opposite. Maybe you have marriage, but you just want to have flings. I don't know. Just had to throw that out there because that's what came to me, and all I do is deliver the messages. Now, fate. Some of you are in a destined partnership, a fated partnership, which is meant to teach you some type of lesson of some sort. Okay, and some of you can expect an apology, or maybe you will be apologizing to someone. All right, but let's get some other advice here from this deck. What other advice do we have from the water sign men? Messages for the water sign men. Ooh, way too many. We have a leg up. So I feel like with this leg up energy here, for some of you, you could have family members who are coming to you for money. Okay, you could be doing well financially, and they could be coming to you for money. They could be looking for help. For others of you with the career, money, and finance situation, maybe you taking on this position or finding out what other gift or talent that you have could put you in this position where it would give you a leg up. Okay, in any way, shape, or form. We have why. So some of you are questioning certain circumstances and situations that are going on in any of these scenarios. Now, I don't know if you should be questioning why, but maybe some of you are. Maybe that could be why you're hindrance. There could be a hindrance there, and maybe it's because you're focusing on the why instead of the, you know, the other who, what, when, where type of energy, or how. But be careful not to get stuck on why, because sometimes getting stuck on why something happened will keep you in a situation that you shouldn't be in, that you should be getting out of, because you're so busy trying to figure out why it's this way, why it's that way. Some of you, it could be your family situation. Instead of for some of you, you have to understand your family members could be karmic for you, meaning that you're supposed to learn a lesson from them, okay? It's a fated partnership. You're supposed to learn a lesson and move out. But some of you are so caught up in the 3D realm. It's like, well, family's thicker than blood. Why can't we work it out? Why? And so instead of you understanding that you need to separate, that's for some of you, understanding that you need to separate from the situation, you stay in the situation focused on why. Why is it this way? Why is it that way? It's because it's a destined partnership. And if it don't make sense in the 3D realm, guess what it is? It's something that the spiritual realm has put together. So that's when you're supposed to step away from it if it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, step away from it. That way you get clarity on the situation. Rule of thumb, something I had to learn the hard way. Don't stay in something trying to figure it out. Yeah, see, we have loyal heart that came out in reverse. Some of you have family members that are disloyal and you're trying to figure out why. But you stay in the connection. This is what keeps you trapped. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? How can I fix it? Da 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 da. And you keep getting yourself wrapped up in these situations with people who are never going to be loyal to you. Some of you are married to somebody who's not loyal to you. Maybe this person cheated on you, and that could be why you're envious. Okay, because your partner may have stepped out on you. I don't know if it's because of performance or what it could be. Maybe your partner is bored with you. Maybe some of you stepped out of your relationship because there's no fire or flame in the connection. You want to revive things. Maybe you're thinking a trip will do it. Okay, but that's what I'm getting here. I got how many of these cards? Okay, so we'll do 3 from this deck and then we'll wrap it up. Or do I want to do I'm being called to do the other deck. Where's the other deck at? The E deck. I don't even know where my E deck is. Where's my E deck? Oh, here it is. Sorry. I just was told to not do that deck. Do the E deck. So let me grab that real quick. Alright, so let's get 3 cards from the E deck. Messages for the Water Sign Collective. What do they need to know for the masculine energy of the Water Sign Collective for October? Libra season going into later on into Scorpio season. One more, please. Thank you. All right. So let's see what we got here. So it says hairball. And it's number 41. Hairball. What is hairball all about? So it says, uh-oh, small little tangle. No big deal. Last thing you want to do is get your knickers in a knot. It will all smooth out as soon as you stop, take a deep breath, and realize it's time to hand it off to the universe. The dude to the rescue. Move aside. So yeah, for some of you, it's just, with your frustrations and aggravations, like I was just saying, you got to step away from the situation. If it don't make sense to you, and it's not, I'm glad Spirit put this card out here. This is why they told me to pull this E deck. I was just saying that to you a minute ago. If it doesn't make sense, step aside, because it's something that the universe has going on. And we got solar power. Let's see what that means. Solar power. It says, here comes the sun. Clear, beautiful light shining on everything right. Okay, clear, beautiful light is shining on everything right now. All you need unfolds easily before you. Decisions are a snap as you pirouette into the ease of your own power, of your own unlimited connection to the universe. You can bask in it, knowing that light shines on everything you need to know today. So I feel like this is that energy I was talking about with the career here. It's like you have natural gifts, you have natural talents, all right? But it's all going to unfold, but you have to, just pay attention. Also, it could just talk about you, again, stepping away from scenarios and situations, and once you step away from that hairball, things will start to unfold, and you'll see the light. The solar power will shine its light on the situation, and you'll be able to see it clearly. Then we have Bazinga. It's Bazinga. It says, well, Don't you got it going on. Now's the time to reveal in the sweet taste. Now's the time to revel in the sweet taste of fantabulous you. You've hit your mark. Go on. Take a victory lap. Pop a cork. Let's get this party started. Celebrants are lining up at the door. So for some of you, you're celebrating. Maybe you're going to eventually take a trip. For others of you, it could be about, you tapping into your spiritual gifts, being able to turn that into money, or applying for that position, okay, and getting that job. Where did the card go? It said apply for the promotion or apply for the position. All right. So this is the universe telling you once you get it, you're going to be successful and you're going to be able to celebrate and you're going to be glad that you did it. That was a beautiful read. Earth sign, air. Oh my God, earth, air. I might as well say fire, and then finally I'll get to water. That was a beautiful read, water sign men. So I hope that this gave you some clarity, gave you a different perspective on things, helped you to confirm some things so that you can make the best decisions for you. If you need a personal reading, feel free to reach out to me. My information is in the box below. All right. I love you guys, and I wish you the best. Thank you for checking out the video. Happy October.